This video isn't about whether she's comfortable around you. These are the signs she wants you to touch her. There's a difference between tolerating proximity and craving contact. One is neutral, the other is charged with anticipation. But here's the problem. These signals are subtle signs that 99% of guys miss because they're afraid of misreading. If you don't know what to watch for, you'll keep your hands to yourself when she's been hoping you wouldn't. But once you recognize these signs, you'll know exactly when she wants contact. Pay attention to number 3 and number 7. Let's get into it. 1. She positions herself within easy reach. You're standing at her colleague's retirement party, chatting near the food table. There's plenty of space in the room, but she's not using it. She's standing close enough that reaching out and touching her arm would be effortless. This is access positioning, and it's an invitation. When a woman wants to be touched, she removes the obstacles. She doesn't stand across the room or keep a table between you. She places herself within arm's reach, making physical contact as easy as possible. Here's what to watch for. Her position relative to you. Is she creating distance or eliminating it? If she's consistently within touching range when she doesn't need to be, she's not being careless with space, she's being deliberate. And if she's positioning herself close to, she exposes vulnerable areas. You're talking, and she tilts her head slightly, exposing her neck. She brushes her hair to one side. Her wrist turns upward as she gestures. Her posture opens, showing her collarbone, her throat, the soft inside of her arm. This is vulnerability display, and it's primal. Exposed skin on vulnerable areas, neck, wrists, inner arms, is an unconscious signal of trust and invitation. When a woman shows these areas while talking to you, her body is communicating openness. It's saying, I'm not guarding myself from you. Here's the tell. Watch for exposed skin in sensitive places. If she's showing her neck, her wrists, her collarbone, if her body is open rather than protected, she's not just comfortable, she's inviting. But if she's exposing vulnerable areas, pay attention to how she reacts when you get close. 3, she doesn't create distance when you move closer. You shift your weight toward her. You lean in slightly to say something. You step a few inches into her space, and she stays exactly where she is. No step back, no subtle lean away, no adjustment to restore the gap. She holds her ground or even moves closer herself. This music is proximity, acceptance, and it's permission. When a woman allows you into her personal space without compensating, she's telling you closeness is welcome. She's not uncomfortable. She's not adjusting. She's accepting your presence and hoping for more. Here's what to watch for. What happens when you close the distance? Does she maintain it or restore it? If she lets the gap shrink without pulling back, if she seems comfortable with you in her space, she wants you there and probably closer. And if she's accepting proximity, watch what her hands are doing. 4, she touches herself while talking to you. She runs her fingers along her collarbone. She plays with her necklace. She touches her neck, her lips, her hair. She strokes her own arm absently while listening to you speak. This is self-touch, and it's often subconscious signaling. When a woman touches herself while interacting with you, especially on sensitive areas, her body is doing what it wishes yours would do. It's a form of self-soothing that reveals desire. She's touching herself because she wants to be touched. Here's the tell. Where are her hands going? If they keep drifting to her neck, her face, her hair, her arms. If she's in constant gentle contact with her own body, she's priming her. She's imagining your hands doing what hers are doing. But if she's touching herself, notice how she responds to your touch. 5, she melts into incidental contact. Your arm brushes hers while walking. Your hand touches her back as you guide her through a doorway. Your knee bumps hers under the table. And instead of stiffening or pulling away, she softens. She leans into it slightly. She doesn't reset the distance afterward. The contact seems to relax her rather than alert her. This music is touch receptivity, and it's one of the clearest signs. When a woman melts into incidental contact, when her body responds by softening rather than tensing, she's communicating that your touch is wanted. She's not just tolerating it, she's welcoming it. Here's what to watch for: her physical response to unintentional contact. Does she stiffen or soften, pull away, or lean in if she relaxes into your touch? If contact seems to please her rather than startle her, she wants more. And if she's melting into contact, listen for verbal encouragement. Here's the thing. She's been signaling this whole time. You just need to know what to look for. I put together a guide called 25 Forbidden Signals. She's secretly into you. 25 signals. The psychology behind each. What to do when you spot them. $7. Links in the description. All right, next sign. 6. She comments on physical sensations. She mentions how good the sun feels on her skin. She talks about needing a massage. She comments on how soft something is, how warm, how relaxing. Her conversation keeps drifting to how things feel. This is sensation focus, and it reveals where her mind is. When a woman keeps bringing up physical sensations, especially pleasant ones, her attention is on her body. She's thinking about touch, about feeling, about physical experience. And when she shares these observations with you, she's inviting you into that head space. Here's the tell. Does she keep mentioning how things feel? If her conversation orbits around physical sensations, warmth, softness, tension, relaxation, she's not just making small talk. She's signaling that her body is on her mind. And maybe yours should be too. But if she's focused on sensation, watch her body language when you're near. 7, she orients her body toward you completely. She's not just facing your direction, she's facing you fully. Shoulders squared, hips aligned, feet pointed at you. Her whole body is oriented toward yours, like you're the only thing in the room worth facing. This is full body orientation, and it signals complete attention. When a woman angles her entire body toward you, she's physically committing to the interaction. She's not keeping her options open or staying ready to turn away. She's locked in. And that level of physical commitment often signals desire for physical connection. Here's the tale. Where is her body pointing? If her shoulders, hips, and feet are all aimed at you, if she's fully squared up rather than angled away, her body has chosen you. It's present, focused, and ready for whatever comes next. And if her body is fully oriented, notice what happens to her breathing. 8. Her breathing shifts when you're close. You lean in to say something and you notice it. Her breathing changes. It gets shorter, shallower, slightly faster. Her chest rises and falls more noticeably than it did moments before. This is arousal breathing, and she can't control it. When a woman's breathing changes in response to your proximity, her body is reacting to you on a physiological level. It's not conscious, it's automatic, and it signals that your closeness is affecting her in ways that go beyond conversation. Here's what to watch for: changes in her breathing when you get close. If it speeds up, gets shallower, or becomes more noticeable. If your proximity seems to affect her physically, she's responding to you, and that response is desire. But if her breathing is shifting, watch for physical invitations. 9, she creates excuses for contact. She brushes something off your shoulder. She reaches out to feel the fabric of your shirt. She touches your arm to emphasize a point that didn't need emphasizing. She playfully pushes you when you tease her. This is manufactured touch, and it's her making the first move. When a woman creates excuses to touch you, she's doing what she wishes you would do to her. She's initiating contact because she wants contact. Every manufactured touch is an invitation, a demonstration of what she's hoping will flow both ways. Here's what to watch for. Touch, that doesn't need to happen. If she's finding reasons to make physical contact, reasons that seem invented or unnecessary, she's not being friendly. She's being forward, and she's hoping you'll reciprocate. And if she's creating excuses for contact, watch for the final signal. 10, she lingers after contact instead of pulling away. You touch her arm, and her arm stays exactly where it is. You put your hand on her back and she doesn't shift away. Your leg presses against hers under the table and she doesn't move it. Instead of resetting, she lingers. She lets the contact continue. She seems to savor it rather than simply accept it. This is contact lingering, and it's unmistakable permission. When a woman lets touch continue beyond its natural duration, when she doesn't reset, pull away, or create space, she's telling you the contact is wanted. She's not just okay with it, she's enjoying it, and she doesn't want it to stop. Here's the tell. What happens after contact is made? Does she pull away or does she stay? If she lingers in your touch, if she seems reluctant to break it, she's not waiting for the contact to end. She's hoping it will continue. Now it's your turn. Have you seen these signs and held back anyway, or missed them completely because you were afraid of misreading? Drop a comment below, because here's the real question. When a woman has been waiting for you to touch her, how much longer are you going to make